as you said, and I completely agree, the predestined is my past karma, is what I, the soul, had done. And it was inevitable that I, in some way, pay the price for it because that is how I chose to live my life. What is the role then of astrology? Because it's so big in our culture that, when a child is born on a certain date at a certain time, there is a chart that is created, an astrological chart. And then we're told that this is your destiny.
Right.
How accurate is that?
It's a science of which is telling me what all balls are going to come to me in my life. And it's logical, it's science, because they are like today's science will be able to tell me that the way I threw the ball, they will be able to tell me what speed and angle it will come back to me. Any physicist can calculate and tell me, this is how you threw the ball, this is how your ball will come back. Astrology is going to tell me how my karmas are going to come back. So astrology is a science which is based on my past sanskars and my past karma, and that's why the chart is created when the baby is born. I have not yet done any present karma.
Correct.
Right? So it's like today is 31st March. That is my closing balance sheet. I, the soul, leave the body, enter the new costume, baby born, my opening balance sheet is created. That is my janampatri. So my janampatri is telling me how I did business in my last costume, business of my karmas. But that does not mean that what is in my opening balance sheet is how this life is going to be.
You can close it differently.
Completely. You can live it differently, not just close it differently. You can live your life differently. So I could have come with profit and yet I could mess it up this time. I could have come with a terrible loss and I can change everything this year. So astrology is a science which tells me what is going to come into my life. Spirituality is a science which tells me how to respond to what is coming into my life.
Got it.
So I, for one, would not want to know what is going to come into my life.
Yeah.
I don't want to know. I will just work on myself so that I strengthen myself to face anything that comes. So elevate your present karma, and it will always give you the strength to face any past karmic account which comes to you. Just by knowing what is going to come to you doesn't mean you have the strength to face it.
Yeah.
So I don't need to know what's going to happen tomorrow in my life. I don't need to know what's going to happen next year. I'm just strengthening myself on a daily basis so that I take care of my present karma. And experience of so many people shows that when you strengthen yourself, situations do come. And situations not just as small as a crisis, situation could be a death of a child, a situation, what I would call the biggest situation that can come in someone's life. But even when that situation comes, the soul is more strengthened and more able to be able to send meditative blessings to that soul and to help that soul also to move forward on a beautiful journey. The vacuum of that relationship will always be there, but the way the soul will handle the situation will be completely different. But if I just come to know that I'm going to lose my child, I will create enough pain and chaos even before, and I will probably just create a lot of wrong karmas even before, because I will live my life in pain, fear and apprehension.
Yeah.
So I don't find the need to know what's going to happen in the future.
So we should not match astrological charts when people are getting married?
I don't say we should not. Everyone has their choice.
Yeah.
But even if you match your chart on the day you get married, your sanskars are changing on the journey. So look at all the marriages which are not working out today. But most of them match their charts.
Yeah.
So maybe on the day they match their chart, how many sanskars were matching, but situations, and we're not taking care of our minds. So today I could be very calm and stable. Tomorrow something happens at work and I become very irritable. Something bigger happens at work and I'm in a complete pain and chaos. My relationship at home will change. And then that other person says, it's impossible to live with you now.
Yeah.
So I started with matching our sanskars. But on the journey, I changed my sanskars and karma, and so relationship did not work. And there are some people whose charts did not match. But because they had chosen each other as the partner, and they said, we are going to get married. Now we cannot change this just because the charts don't match. And then they work on themselves and have a beautiful relationship for more than 50 years. So it is a science, but more power than that is with the human mind. Is with the human mind. So if the mind decides that they're going to make it work, then they will make it work.
So truly the power of how our life turns out lies in our hands.
Completely. Completely. Where, in whose else's hands is it going to be? My karma creates my destiny. So it's completely in my hands.
Because so far, we've heard around us. So, and, from, of course, our nannies and dadis, we've heard कि इसकी किस्मत ही बेचारी की खराब है या इसकी किस्मत ही बेचारे की खराब है, ये इतना काम करते हैं, इनको फल नहीं मिलता है.
Right.
And why do only good people suffer?
Right.
And to understand it from the perspective of a lot of it is predestined in the sense that it is our soul journey that we have to live by.
Kismat kharab hai means my past karmic account was a little tougher.
Yeah.
So many people experience that I work hard and just when I'm about to reach the goal, something happens. So, okay, look at it and understand it. It is my past karmic account that I have to put in more effort to get a certain result. And some people, they're not putting in much effort, but things are just happening their way. That does not mean this person is lucky and that person is unlucky. It just means this person had put in more effort earlier.
Yeah.
And now the solution just seems to be walking up to them. And this person had probably done something earlier for which they need to work harder now. But when I'm feeling that I'm not getting the success, if I focus only on, again, continuing with determination, with perseverance, not looking at other people, not creating jealousy and insecurity, I will settle my karmic account and move forward. It does not go on forever.
Yeah.
इसीलिए तो हम कहते हैं किस्मत बदल गई. तो किस्मत बदलती भी तो है, लेकिन किस्मत बदलेगा कौन? I myself. So spirituality will give me the gyan to create the right karma even in the toughest situation. Meditation will give me the power to be able to implement that gyan that I have studied. And then when I have that, I'm able to raise the level of my karma and then change my destiny.